back again, and this time it's progress. So I'm not publishing, or well, publishing. I am publishing these videos, but I'm not publicizing these videos to let you know that I'm doing them. Um, I did make some um, progress when I had to get away from the printer for a minute and step away, go do the thing that I needed to do, and then come back to this. So anybody that shows up, hello. Anybody that does not show up, hello. So what I am going to do now is flip to the monitor. Let's see. As you can tell, I was running through some different issues. I'm going to go back through here and figure out where I left off. All right, so I have successfully homed the printer. One of the things I want to tell you is that I completely apologize for the wiring. Okay, on the other day when I did the wiring video, I had mentioned the order of operations for the harness as being the X, Y, Z, and E stepper motors. Hello, 3DP. How are you, buddy? And I have actually discovered that it is not X, Y, Z, and E on the board. Okay, so it tells you this in the directions. It says, "Hey, look at the labels." It does say which ones these are. Yeah, look at the board. Okay, it does actually say that. The first two slots are the extruders, and that's numbered 1, 0, and then the following, I think it's either ZYX or XYZ. I can't remember which three. Just make sure you look at the board for when you're doing that, okay? Because otherwise you're going to end up with the weirdness that I had, which was the freaky homing. So, yes, freaky homing is a technical term for now. What other issues have I had? Y-axis. I thought I had wired this the exact same way. I'm thinking that if I had ordered or wired it wrong, it wouldn't have worked. I had to go through and change the programming on the Arduino. Um, let's see if I can find it for you here. There is a variable where it talks about your extruder motors running inverted. And it's a true or false statement, and the answer is true. So all three of them on this one that I have right now are labeled as true. Let's see if I can find it here. All right, here you go. Nope, that's not it. Right there, where the cursor's blinking, of course. These three, when I had started, this value here for invert Y direction was false. Apparently, it needed to be true. I have made that work. The initial bed leveling, I had brought the Z axis all the way to the ground, is what I'm going to call the bottom of the frame, and made sure that the guides and the guide bearings were touching. That way I could make sure that I was, synchronized with the entire frame, because everything I had trued up and made sure was plumb and square when I first started this project. So I wanted to make sure that the bed was at the proper and precise flatness. So when I got it to the bottom, I started homing it, and the machine, I thought it was going to vibrate itself apart. So I realized that I had a problem, so I turned it off, of course, and it takes about 15 or less seconds for the power to disperse. So if it starts grinding or whatever, the sooner you turn it off, the better, but it's still going to just chatter until it runs out of power. Well, yeah, anyway. So the Z belts, okay, I thought initially that I needed to tighten the Z belts, and that was causing this, but it actually was not the case. I actually had too much tightness on the Z belts. So what it was doing was it was causing the screw. I know there's technical terms for this. I'm not looking them up. I'm just going to fly with this. So both Z screws that are, going up and down, They were just a little too tight. So what it was doing was it was putting pressure on the bottom and pressure on the top. So when it got to the top, it was doing the same thing as it would on the bottom. So nice, dude. You know, I was actually talking about a hang printer the other day to somebody. So yeah, 3D print everything was talking about doing the hang printer, and yeah, I'm actually kind of interested in that myself. But it will not be something I do anytime soon until I actually have a physical um, workspace. This office I'm in is very tiny, so the fact that I have an FT5 in here sitting next to a normal size 3D printer, yeah, that's actually impressive, I think. Um, so anyway, yeah, I had to loosen up the yeah. Well, that's how you do the hang printer, right? Is hanging it up using fishing string. Um, so anyway, yeah, I had to loosen up the Z belts just a little bit, and now it is homing like a champ. Okay, so the Z-axis limit switch brackets that I had printed for this project actually worked really well. Very surprised by that. It's actually going to make it so much easier to get things adjusted where it's supposed to be once I get that far. Um, I'm going through. Um, I don't have the control in Pronterface that I was expecting. I actually thought that if I did the Z plus. Oh, it's actually working now. Nice. Okay, hold on a second. I'll switch camera real quick so you can see this. Yes, this is what we like to see, right? Watch. Oh, it's moving. Yeah, I love to see this. Yeah, I can only imagine the software work that it's going to require to do that. I mean, you got like everything condensed into one small area. So it's like instead of having a frame for a machine, now you've got the extruder, power, and everything in one spot. So as you can see, the Z is working. I haven't finished the cable management yet because I wanted to make sure that if I had to rewire, I could actually get into it real easy. But as you can see, oh, it is working, and I'm loving this. Um, Not seeing any hitching, so hopefully if you see any, you'll mention it. Yeah, it hangs a lot bigger. It actually kind of makes me scared for that part because that's a lot of filament you would be using if you actually took advantage of the full space of a hang printer. I mean, you'd almost want to be running a nozzle that was like 4 millimeters instead of like 0.4 millimeters, just so you could actually get a print done sometime this century. Alright, so last we'll do 3 more. Make sure that we get good fluid movement. I haven't started tuning this thing yet, by the way. I'm just getting the steppers actually functioning, which is nice. Since I did miswire, it kind of created issues for me. Hey, I told you guys I was going to mess something up because, well, that's kind of my thing. It's like what I do. Alright, so why I've got no response for my X. Oh, wait, there we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. X is moving. Let's see if I can, I'll give it a little bit more. Oh, love it. Okay, now let's try the Y. Alright, let's go. 10 millimeters. You know, this thing always, it felt like it was moving stiff, but I gotta tell you, it does not act like it's running stiff at all. I mean, that's pretty darn fluid. Excellent. Sorry, this is a really big deal to me, by the way. Yeah, 1.2 millimeters, that's nothing. For a printer, depending. If you're using like a 10 by 10 room, I would actually use that as your reference. So if I got 10 feet by 10 feet, which would be, I don't even know in metric because I don't really use metric that much, but that would be like, you'd probably want like a 5 or a 6 millimeter nozzle, and you'd be like extruding pelleted, like, basically you'd be looking at the part daddy. And I think you'd be using like aircraft cable to move that sucker. Okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna do the stream for a little bit. So if anybody's got questions too, please ask. I'm dorking around with this thing, trying to figure this out. Where's the? I'm gonna find this. Where is it? I'm looking for the splash screen on the Marlin software. Sorry, I actually want to put my um, the name of the printer in that, because I thought that'd be really cool when you boot it up to have the name of the printer show up. But I will mess with that another time. I'm not going to do that right now. I got to get this thing actually doing something. If you can't tell, I've got the heater and the thermistor disconnected right now, and the hot end is in here somewhere. But if you want to see something really cool, I may or may not use this. I don't think I'm going to use it on the FT5 this run. I think I'm going to use it on my ANET, my A8. But, boom, I got a clone. I don't know if it's going to work. I honestly don't care if it's going to work. It's going to work probably better than what I've got in there right now. The idea is to use this for the Pet G, so I got some Pet G builds to do. Yeah, I can only imagine what the extruder setup looks like. I can't believe you skipped a Core XY to do a hang printer. I would have expected you doing the Core XY first, like the Hypercube or something. Unless you're looking for the compact. Yeah, how do you work the limit switches on that? Anyway. Okay, so we are looking at... I need the right screen. There we go. Alright, so the Marlin firmware comes with a Z height that will work with all machines. Hooray! Y min 0, Y Z max 400. So I do not know what my max is set at. Oh, that doesn't work. Nope. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Max is 300, 300, and 380. I think I will leave that set for that right now. I think I could probably go a little bit farther than that. Nice. So you have to make sure that thing is very level. I would hate to see what is it, the delta arc? You know, that swing path. I would hate to see the calculations for that. I have a hard enough time. I haven't set up my delta printer yet because of that. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to leave those settings alone. And I am going to move on to this. What is this? To verify that the hot end is working, I am not going to do any such thing because it's not even connected right now. So I will work on that next. I have no interest in verifying the extruder right now. It will crash if I try to, so we're not going to do that right now. Oh, alright. So I have to go do some assembly on this thing. I think it's telling me to open up Cura now, isn't it? Yes, it is. Look at that. It wants me to do Cura. And from what I've been told, the settings for the FT5 are now in Cura. So that is a happy thing to know. I'm going to go through and do bed leveling sequence on this. I have to use some temporary bed clips for the time being to hold the build plate on. And let's see what else. I think that pretty much covers it. So yes, it is official. The FT5 that I have started a while ago is almost done. I can't say it's done yet 'cause it's not, but it's close. I know that my streams have been kind of boring lately because apparently I'm just boring right now. I guess it's a phase. You have to go through like a YouTube I'm boring phase. I don't know if it's a mandatory thing. I think I've made it mandatory, I guess. Again, had to switch to the headset today because my microphone is misbehaving. I don't know why. I might have stepped on something. I don't know. This office is so ridiculously small that it wouldn't surprise me if I stepped on something. So, what else? I think that's it. So, 3D print everything. I expect video or at least pictures and whatnot of your hang printer. Other than that, I think I am done for today. If I do get any prints going today, I will make sure to post them. And otherwise, have a great day.